I asked the pharmacist, even if you were to get COVID after you've had the vaccine, you probably wouldn't even know you had it because it mitigates the symptoms so much. So it'll make you feel better. Kind of the word on the street from students, because one of my other classes, several of them got it. If you had COVID, it's a little rougher on you. You'll feel kind of like you got mild flu, fever, sore, achy. If you didn't, then nothing. I mean, I've been vaccinated for months. My wife had COVID, got vaccinated, and beat her up a little bit, but not bad. So it's worth it. Go get it if you want it, because everybody can get it now. There's states where like, you what? Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do that, if they do or not, because it's not legally required. But anyway, I would encourage you to do it for nothing else of the sense of just getting back to normal. And we're trending the right way, so please do that. But it's totally up to you, of course. It's your freedom, your choice. But I am a doctor.
Okay.
Which is just fun to say, right? All right, do your genes matter? Oh, HB says no. Okay.
Depends. Am I trying to go to the NBA? In which case, yes. You need to be 6'7".
All right, we'll talk about that. Who's that? Basketball's a great example. Okay. Who's this dude? Good answer. A runner? Yeah. From Morocco. That's Hikam El Garouche. Anybody know how tall Michael Phelps is? About 6'4". Okay. Hikam El Garouche is 5'9", who's also a medalist, gold medalist runner. They have the same inseam. What does that mean? They have weird proportions. Yes. What does it mean? What kind? Same inseam as the inside of your pants. They have the same length of legs. Okay. Michael Phelps, 6'4", can't dunk a basketball. He'll tell you, can't dunk. Right? He's got this really weird body. He's got a really long torso and these short little stubby legs and these freakishly long arms. What's Phelps built for?
Swimming.
For the pool, right? Perfect for it. Hikam El Garouche is 5'9". How's he going to do in the water? Not great. Certainly not going to medal, okay? 5'9", long legs, built for running? Yeah, he's lean, too. I tell you, some of you bigger dudes, right? You get to a certain height, you're carrying extra weight, running, law of diminishing returns, okay? You hit a sweet spot, okay? Not too heavy. Who contracting? Alex has actually built pretty. Have you been to OCS yet? Half?
No, I'm going this June.
Oh, that's right. Okay, told you not to quit. Okay, you're gonna get there. You'll see it with Navy SEALs, right? You're gonna get there and you're gonna see huge, strong dudes. You're like, well, this guy's gonna make it. Won't be a problem, and don't quit. Okay, you kind of see those guys built in the middle, not too big, not too small. We're built for durability. Waiting for us.
Listening to, I can't remember the name of the podcast, but he said, yeah, people think that Navy SEALs are like 6'4" and these barbarian-looking mofos, but really they're like soccer players, 5'9", 180 pounds.
Yeah. Marcus Luttrell, who is tall, is kind of an anomaly for a SEAL, and he basically said if he hadn't been training for it his whole life, like how he grew up, they had a dude train him holding their breath and doing all this crazy swimming stuff underwater in East Texas. He's like, if I hadn't done that and prepared my whole life, there's no way I would have made it through SEAL training. Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Maximize your odds of success by choosing the right field of competition. Phelps found the water, right? Good place to be. Garouche, good runner. Okay. We're all different. Okay? We are all different. See how you built up. See it with PT, right? See it with grades. Some of you have a star. Some of you don't. It's okay. Hang in there. All right? We're going to talk about that. We're all different. All right? I'm okay at teaching ethical leadership. All right? I will tell you, I feel bad for students I had like 4 and 5 years ago. I was not nearly as effective then as I am now. I feel terrible for them. Okay. Can I teach thermonuclear dynamics?
You can try.
I can try. How's it going to go?
Probably better than some of the cross here.
It's not going to go well. I don't even know what it is. It's just from Iron Man. Okay? That's all I got it from. In fact, I took my daughter out. We were celebrating something, and I think it was Parents' Weekend a couple years ago or whatever, and we were sitting not like at a bar, but at like a counter, and people were out celebrating, we're BSing, and they're like, what are you doing? And we're talking, and he said, oh, I just got my PhD. And I was like, oh, cool, in what? Because I had mine. And I had just finished mine. And he said, it It was something like this. It was like thermonuclear dynamics. No. It was aerospace engineering, PhD in aerospace engineering. And I go, he goes, oh, what'd you get yours in? And I said, thermonuclear dynamics. Just because I didn't want to say leadership, education, communication. Okay. But I was like, no, I'm just kidding. Not really. Okay. Not that cool. Sounds good, right?
You just embrace it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Genes do not determine your destiny. Right? Alec brought up us playing, you and I playing in the NBA. Probably not going to happen, right? Okay.
No, never gonna happen.
Probably not going to dunk a basketball, right? Peyton, are we ever going to dunk a basketball? No, we're not.
I mean, if it's like a short goal. Yeah.
Maybe if we go get those strength shoes, the round ones, you run on your toes for a while, okay, and you look a little special out there trying to do that. Are we going to dunk a basketball, Peyton? No, but can we become a good basketball player?
Yes.
Yeah, sure we can. Okay? This is where your genetics come in. Maybe you're not going to dunk a basketball. All right? Maybe you won't get a 4-point. It doesn't mean you're not a good student. Okay? Genes determine your opportunity. Genes can predispose, but they cannot predetermine from a physician. Okay? From a behavioral geneticist. It's now the point where we've stopped testing to see if traits have a genetic component, because we literally can't find a single one that isn't influenced by our genes. What does that mean?
Means everything you're good at is in some way related to your genes.
Yeah, even the stuff you're not good at, right? Whatever you do, there's some genetic makeup in there, okay, that's kind of steering you along the way, all right? Some things you're good at, some things you're not so good at. So let's get it. Any psych majors in here?
No, but I've taken the Big 5 personality test before.
Okay, do you know what they are?
Yes.
What are
it's, conscientiousness, extroversion.
It's an acronym. Do you know them, Aurora? Yeah, who said that? Yeah, do you know what they are? Ocean.
Openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and I forget what.
Get all the assists in our psych majors. Don't even know. Has anybody heard of these? Yeah? Okay. If you listen to podcasts or whatever, this comes up pretty often. Okay. So here's the big 5. These are the 5 personality traits that we all have. Now what that means is it's on a scale. Okay, so we're on a scale somewhere with all of these. Okay. Openness to experience, from curious and inventive on one end to cautious and consistent on the other. Okay. If I say to you guys today, I said, who wants to go camping tonight? Who's in? Okay, awesome. We're good. We're going. If I said, who wants to go camping tonight? Who is immediately apprehensive? Why, Thomas? I got shit to do, right? You kidding me? I can't go tonight, right? I got tests tomorrow. I got PT I got to get out of somehow. I'm not going, right? Okay? You're all in there somewhere. Okay? Fair enough. Totally fine. You're on one end or the other, or you're in the middle. It's okay. All right? Conscientiousness. Organized and efficient to easygoing and spontaneous. This is the same thing. So who said, who's down to go camping, but they want to get everything organized and ready first? Okay, that's right where I am. Okay, I'm right there with you guys. I'm down to go, but hey, we got to make sure we got reservations. I got to make sure the tent's good to go. Okay, we got to get all our stuff together and get ready to go. Okay, so yeah, you're all in there somewhere. All right, any of you, and this may be some of you, it'll drive some of you nuts. This might bother you, Thomas. Okay? Any of you have those friends that are just always chill? Yeah, always mellow. Does it bother you? Why, William?
They're just lazy.
Yeah. You don't like it, do you?
No.
Caden?
It's like they don't care.
How many of you are like, I don't get it, what's the problem? Yeah, you're cool. Andres, what's the big deal? Okay? 4 point. Totally opposite ends. Okay? All right. Does it bother you when that people are real high strung and can't relax? It's weird, right? You're like, just chill out. It's okay. We'll be all right.
I'm
Okay?
fascinated by the people that are always mellow because I can't. I can't.
Yeah, you'll notice it. When somebody's really opposite of you, you'll notice it. Okay? Usually you judge them, right? What's wrong with this person? William's nodding. You want to be a lawyer? Can't wait. Okay? All right, extroversion. Outgoing and energetic to solitary and reserved. You've probably heard of this as extroverts and introverts. Okay? Where are my extroverts at? Okay? Introverts? Don't want to raise your hand. You know how you guys made friends? We found you and we took you out. Okay? An extrovert came along and said, you're a good person, and then made you have friends. Right? Okay. We're introverts? But If you go to a party and have to talk to people, how do you deal with that? You don't? Right, okay. It's exhausting, isn't it? I had to learn this. I had no idea. Okay, my wife is an introvert. I'm an extrovert, in case you couldn't tell. Right? We go to a party, I'll talk to the wall, and the wall will talk back. We'll have a great conversation. Okay, if she has to talk to anybody, we get home, she's exhausted. And if she's telling a story in front of a group, she will only look at me. And so I won't make eye contact with her.
I think the best way I heard it described was like extrovert and introvert isn't necessarily like, like, are you comfortable around a lot of people? It's like, when is your recharge time, right? Like, are you recharging around people or are you recharging by yourself? So it's not like an introvert, like, they can like go to a party and have a great time, but it's like, again, you're just gonna be like exhausted afterward. You're gonna spend some time to yourself.
Absolutely. That's a great point. A friend of mine here is a development officer, which goes out and raises money. Aggie, super great guy. Okay. And he has, if you remember the Strengths Quest thing that you guys did before, and if any of you had WOO, does anybody have WOO? Remember hearing that, Peyton? Okay, which stands for winning others over. He has WOO. He likes people and everything, but he absolutely needs alone time to recharge. He wants to not be around people for a while so that he can reset, okay, even though he always likes people. All right, so yes, absolutely true. So again, you're somewhere on the scale with all these, okay? And there's tests you can take if you want. It's good to learn. Actually, my brother was at OCS. He's a Marine. And when you get there, when you come to a new place, if you don't know anybody, you're pretty quiet, right? Like, did you come in as fish? If you didn't know anybody in your outfit or whatever, you're kind of quiet and reserved, right? You hold back. Tends to be what we do in group settings. Same thing, officer camp, school, basic training, whatever. You don't know anybody, so you're kind of quiet, reserved, till you kind of work on that and build up teamwork and all this stuff. Well, this dude knew that he could be really abrasive. He knew he had some personality issues where he can kind of come across like an asshole. So he went into officer candidate school with the mentality of just keep your mouth shut or you're going to lose it. You're going to come unglued, right? So, but then they get to the point where they start evaluating each other on, personality, leadership, all this stuff, right? And then they give it to him, and it tells you, hey, this is what your peers think of you, okay, which can be helpful. And this dude sits there and he goes, y'all motherfuckers don't like me, right? Because they also thought he was an asshole because he never got past that point of loosening up. And then once he figured that out, then it was okay. They could help him along, okay? Agreeableness, friendly and compassionate to challenging and detached, okay? This is not necessarily a bad thing, too. If you're the challenging guy, if you're the one kind of always needling people or gal, right, and you're kind of like always questioning things, that's not always bad. We can use that in the workforce. Just know that, okay? Just know that if you come across that way, right, it's a good thing to know, right? And I hate to tell you, super friendly folks, too, people can be real assholes, all right? So just be aware of that. They will let you down, right? Neuroticism. Everybody has it. On some version, somewhere along the scale, we are all neurotic, okay? From anxious and sensitive to confident, calm, and stable, okay? This is where social media absolutely plays on all ends, which is terrifying. The influencers, people trying to get that perfect picture, right, at the resort, in bikini, whatever. Is that what their lives are really like? No. No, it's not. But that's what they feed on. Okay, it's what we feed on. And social media absolutely plays on people's levels of neuroticism, right? Which is a little tired. Do you still have TikTok deleted? Yes, victory. It's like the only thing I've done right in several years. Get Jeffrey to.
TikTok's killing the shit real quick.
We'll see. I hope so. Certain behaviors are easy for some people. Again, I go to a party, talk to people, it's fine. Okay? If you guys are uncomfortable with that, that's fine. Everybody has different things that they're good at, okay? Everybody has different things. We're going to talk why that matters, okay? Don't apologize for it. Don't feel guilty. If you're good at something, be awesome at it. Use what you're good at, okay? You have to work with them, though. This has two meanings. If you're good at something, you got to work with it. If somebody's not good at something, you have to work with them. Okay, so my introverts, if you guys have a group project and you need to present, do you want to present or do you want the extrovert to present?
I don't know.
Do you?
I don't want
For your grade? Okay, so we're controlling, right? We want. Okay. Not in this class. Where my engineers? I got a few, right? Okay. If we got a project where we need them to work on some math, do we want them to do it? Probably. No. Okay. Who's not good at math? Okay, you're shaking your head. Do you guys want to do the math portion of the project?
Oh, I misunderstood the question.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you meant engineers. Would you want the other people to do the
No, do you want the engineers to do the
Yes,
math?
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, why? Because they're good at it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, be good at it, but know that. If you're not good at something, have the other people do it, okay? That's a good thing to know in the workforce, right? All the strengths and weaknesses stuff we've done the last year in SOMS, actually useful, believe it or not. So, ladies and jelly spoons, what do you like doing?
I'm great at sleeping.
I like sleeping. Okay, awesome, good at it. Okay, good.
Fishing, hunting, farming.
Okay, good, awesome. I like it. We'll come back to that. What else? What do you like doing?
Axe throwing.
Axe throwing. Okay, it's a dangerous combination with sleeping, but good. Okay. All right. What else?
PT, camping, axe throwing.
PT.
I want to get back into fishing.
Okay, cool. What else?
Procrastinating.
Yes, y'all are. Good thing to know about yourself? Yeah, probably. All right, we'll talk about that too. Okay, what else? What do you guys like doing? Hannah?
I like talking to people.
Talking to people. Okay, cool. My introverts, what do we think? Isn't that weird? Pretty weird, isn't it? Okay, why would you ever talk to somebody? They're horrible. Okay, do you have your hand up?
DIY projects are kind of fun.
Yeah, okay, cool. Like working on things yourself? Good. Okay, cool. What else?
Playing instruments.
Playing an instrument. Good. Okay, awesome. Get into that. What else? Yeah, Matthew?
I like just going outside and just doing stuff out there sometimes rather than just being stuck inside all day.
Okay, good. Also a good thing to know. Okay, cool. All right. So, how do you handle it when you're bad at something when others excel? Anna?
I always ask them, like, for help.
Okay.
If it's something I actually want to be good at, they don't ask. If not, then I kind of just like, all right, and just move on.
Just move on. Okay, fair enough. Gareth, what were you saying?
Usually just get pissed and then work a lot harder. I don't really ask people for help. I have bad pride issues when it comes to that kind of stuff. So
Okay.
it's just like I figure it out as soon as possible.
Okay, cool. Wyatt?
I feel like people either are going to, if someone's better at them, they want to be better than them, or not at all. So someone's either going to be like motivated to work as hard as they possibly can to beat that person,
Yep.
or they're just not going to do anything about it.
Yeah, how many of you guys do things that are hard? You're like, well, this is dumb. I'm not doing this ever again. Good, honest, Keegan. Yeah.
Depends, are their bragging rights on the line?
Yeah, okay, good. All right, we'll get into that. Okay. You tend to enjoy what you're good at. Not earth-shattering necessarily, right? But you tend to enjoy it. Things that you're good at, you tend to enjoy. If you're not good at it, do you enjoy it? No. Okay, right? We'll get back to what you're talking about. So how do you know? Right? You're in a sweet spot in life, to be honest. You're trying to figure out what you're good at, what you want to do. Right? It's trial and error. Who's changed majors? Why, Jeffrey?
I got kicked out.
Okay, why?
And now I have GPA.
Okay, cool. All right, so what'd you learn?
But I'm not as good at business as I thought.
Okay, cool. Thomas, why'd you change major?
Same, actually.
Okay.
Except for it's engineering and really bad math.
Okay, cool. You know what? Okay, this is also a bit of a problem with higher education, and those two schools in particular, engineering and business. Okay, I wanted to be an engineer when I was young. I went to a land grant similar to A&M, right? It was engineering and ag and business and all that stuff, and I was totally intimidated by the math. Okay, which is stupid because the point of school is for us to get you through it. It's for us to make you an engineer. Okay, unfortunately, there's a lot of weeding out that happens in higher education. I disagree with it. Okay, I think that's a problem, but give me some time, I'll fix it. Okay. All right. But if you want to know if you're good at something, you have to do trial and error. Okay? Who was a little unsure coming into their major and found that they're pretty good at it? Okay? Unsure, William? Yeah? Caden, same thing? All right? And what has happened? What's happened, Caden?
My confidence has grown over time.
Your what?
My confidence has grown over time.
Good. Okay. So feel more confident in what you're doing. Okay? William?
I saw it as a challenge and just work harder and get better and develop better than most other people.
Okay.
So,
Good. Excellent. Okay? You're in a period of exploration. Okay? This is like dating. Okay? Listen up, introverts. Okay? When you go on a date, you're just trying to see if you like them or not. You're trying to see if you're compatible. You're working on your relationships. That's all you're doing. In school, same thing. You're trying to figure out your career. Am I going to be good at it or not? Do I like it or not? Okay? You are at a great point in life to explore, right? Test things out. Try new things. It's going quick, right? How fast have the last 3/4 years gone? It's going to be gone tomorrow, buddy, and you're going to be out in the real world, okay? And I'm going to find HB and ask him what he's doing, okay? This is a great time to try things. My brother never, not good about, never wrote letters, okay? I mean, didn't really keep in touch. Pretty individual dude, just doing his own thing. And he sent my parents a card one time when he was in college. First time he'd ever mailed anything home. And on the outside of the card, it said, "I've decided to change my major." And on the inside, it said, "I was coming perilously close to graduating. And I said, don't ever leave here. Stay here as long as you can. Some of you don't believe me. Wait 5 years. I'll call you. Be like, oh man, I just wish I had to go to school. It'd be so much better." So, if you're winning, if you're doing well, if you like what you're doing, exploit the hell out of it. Right? Be good at what you're doing. Right? If you're struggling, if you're not going well, then explore. Try other things. Right? There's a million student groups and all kind of stuff on campus. Go figure out what you're good at. Okay? Find your sweet spot. And I'll tell you, back to the Olympic sports, a friend of mine, his older brother played Division I football. Okay, 6'6", starting offensive lineman at a D1 school. He's coming along, and he's growing, and he's getting tall, okay, and he's hitting about the same height. And his football coaches are working with him. Basketball coaches are working with him. Baseball coaches are working with him. He's terrible, okay? He's not good at any of these sports. Okay, comes to college, ends up on the rowing team, wins a gold medal in the Olympics. Just hadn't found his sport yet. Terrible with ball sports. No coordination. Okay? We put him in a boat. We showed him how to row. Kind of the opposite of Phelps. You want to be tall, that helps, but long limbs, short torso. Okay? And he goes on to win a gold medal in Athens. Right? It was awesome. Okay? So sometimes that's just about finding your sport, which means some of you could still be Olympic athletes. Right? Hang in there. Remember that I told you that. Okay? You win your medal. Okay. So if we're trying to find out what we're good at, we're looking for our Olympic sport. Okay? Use Google, but not the search engine. If you work at Google, the expectation for your job is you work on your job 80% of the time. 20% of the time, you work on what you want to do. You work on something else or something that you're interested in or something that you're curious about. This is actually how Google has come up with some of their better products. Okay? Somebody who didn't even work on this stuff came up with Gmail. All right? And some of the other things that they've done, you can read all about it. So spend the time on your part, but work on other things. Explore other things. Right? By the way, did anybody get their ring this weekend? 2, 3? That's it? 3? All right, good. Congratulations. You're doing a good job. Normally you guys are all playing with them right now. They keep falling and hitting the desk. Okay, pop quiz time. What feels like fun to you, but seems like work to others? Running. Who does not like running? My man, good answer. Okay, cool. What else? Jeffrey?
I was gonna say work actually. I'm on cab obviously, and sometimes out there we just got stuff to do, things to be fixed and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Honestly, I enjoy it. It's peaceful.
Okay, good. Perfect. We're going to talk about that. Good. What else? Hannah?
So in FTC, I make rifles. But that's it's really hard for me to do that.
Okay, cool. And other people struggle with it? Yeah.
They come in at first.
Yeah, okay, cool. What else? Why?
When I'm working, a lot of people see it as a lot of work, so I'm thinking of clients fishing all the time.
Uh-huh.
And some people are just not good at it or just don't like it that much. Where me, I love taking people out and just watching them catch fish. It's just a thing I love to do.
Cool. Okay, what else? Yeah, Gary?
Oddly enough, clearing brush or big trees.
Okay, cool. Good. Yeah, awesome. Hayden?
The major has a lot of end of year projects, every class, and they're kind of fun once you start to get through them.
Okay, cool. And you enjoy it? And everyone else just bitching and whining?
Like the deadlines and what's going on? And I'm like, yeah.
Perfect. Okay, William?
It's going to make you sound like a huge nerd, but studying.
We already know. We
Studying
already know.
in general.
Huh?
Studying.
Sunny. Enjoy it, right? Yeah, good. Okay, cool. Anyone who's weirded out by that? Yeah, I can tell. I know who you are. Yeah, just kidding. Reading? You like reading?
Yeah,
Okay.
believe it or not.
Yeah, okay. A lot of people don't. Fair enough. A lot of undergrads don't. It's just hilarious to me. Okay, education is wasted on the youth. Never forget. Okay, I was right there with you. Who else? Not sure. Josh? Sitting and not talking. All right. People watching? Okay, cool. Okay, you guys are all pretty much hit on it. What makes you just lose track of time? What is something that you're doing and you're just kind of in the zone, right? You don't even notice what's going on. I mean, you're touching on it. Clearing brush, right? Sitting down and studying, okay? Working on your projects. How many of you guys have ever been working on something and you just lost track of time and you're enjoying it? You don't even realize you're enjoying it. Yeah, Hoover?
Oh, I didn't have an example, but yes.
Okay, yeah, Jacob?
I had a project for one of my classes, and it was going to be a long project. They said it should take 3 hours. It was like a video game kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
I ended up like spending 6 hours on it, like in one sitting.
Yeah, okay, yeah, Jeffrey?
And I didn't kind of like anything like DIY, working on my truck or my boat.
Yeah.
I went down at 9 p.m. I didn't eat anything all day.
Yeah. Okay. Another word for this of that being in the zone. Yeah, runner. You ever been? You like running, right? Who else likes running? You guys ever been running and you could go all day? You feel great, right? You're breathing fine. You know, some of you have no earthly idea what I'm talking about. Okay, you swam, right? You ever been in a pool and man, everything's just great. You feel you don't even get tired. Yeah, it's rare. That is rare. That is actually what being in the zone is. Okay, it's no different than anything you're doing. You can do it in any facet of life. You'll get into this in 482. It's called achieving flow. Another word is being in the zone, but achieving flow. It's hard to do. You'll go run the next day, right? And you're just dragging ass. You're like, what the hell? Like, I felt awesome. You ever been working on another project and you get all frustrated? Yeah, and you're like, what? I had this. Like, what's going on? This is a hard thing to do. It's hard to manufacture, okay?
That happens to me when I write papers. Like one day I'll spend 4 hours writing a paper and I'll skip meals, and the next day I have to write another one.
It's a slog, right?
Yeah, I want to chuck my laptop.
Yeah, okay. I'm going to explain all these things to you. It's going to be awesome and blow your mind, okay? Where do you get greater returns than the average person? Where are you a little bit better than other people? Doing things. Studying, good. It's paying off for you. What else? Gym, okay. Emily, you played rugby, right? Yeah. Does anybody else play rugby? It's a hard-ass sport. Okay, good. Aurora?
I don't know. For me, I like kind of like learning new instruments.
Okay.
I don't really particularly get good at any one, but I go through phases. And I like, I don't know. I kind of like these type of fun. I'm
The
pretty good.
the trying the new thing, right? Yeah.
I'm pretty good at that.
Okay, good. Perfect. I'm about to explain why these things happen to you guys, okay? What comes naturally to you guys? Fishing, good, yeah. Kind of touching on it, some of you explain. What comes naturally? HB, what comes naturally to you? Besides being critical of everything.
I don't know. Being humble.
Oh, I love it. Okay. All right. Your genes do not eliminate the need for hard work. Alabama makes good football players, right? Do all of them make it in the NFL? No. Can a guy from Idaho State come into the NFL and play for 13 years and have a Hall of Fame career? Yeah, because it's happened. What's the difference?
You're just more likely you're going to do it if you come from Alabama.
You're more likely to get drafted for sure, but you can still be a bust. What's the difference between the Alabama bust and the kid who went to the small school and made it? Hard work and what?
I said the investment.
The investment, yeah, what do you mean?
I mean, it's not particularly time or what they do, it's a combination of both.
Okay, all right.
I like that underdog thing. Working on work as well, the thing goes down the track.
Right, exactly. NFL is full of guys who are excellent at what they're doing, okay? Pick your career field. It doesn't have to be the NFL. It's full of people who are excellent at what they're doing. Okay? Don't stop working on what you're good at. All right? A lot of those guys in college were good enough naturally. They didn't put in a lot of work ethic. They were so big and fast and strong at an early age that they excelled. And then they went to the next level and they got the shit kicked out of them. And they either rose to the occasion and worked harder at what they were already good at, or they wilted. Right? Don't stop working on what you're good at. If things come naturally to you and you're good at it and you enjoy it, work even harder at it. You will be awesome. You can make yourself indispensable to an organization. And I don't care what it's in. Right? They're going to want physical fitness in the Marine Corps. Okay? But they also, believe it or not, they don't want idiots. The fact that you like reading, okay, going to be awesome. Pay off as an officer. Okay? Find your strengths and build on them. Understand your own nature and build a strategy around it. Introvert, build around it. Okay? That's okay. Excel at your career. If you're not like, if you don't want to be the one in the front of the room giving the presentation, fine. Okay? If you're the opposite end of that and you love being in the front of the room and giving the presentation, then build on that. Make yourself awesome. Okay? All right. Who has been to the gym and they see the super jacked person, okay, or perfect, but whatever you're aiming for, like the physical body you want, and you see them and you're like, shit, I wish I was that guy or girl. Most of us, at least some fashion or another, right? Okay. Can you look like them? How? Until you've worked as hard as them, you don't know. Right? You might see somebody, and again, this is your professional life, it's not all PT. Okay? If you see somebody that's excelling in their career, the physical fitness you want, or whatever it is, until you've worked as hard as them, you don't know if you can be as good. Who's not good at playing musical instruments? Okay, can you learn, Trent, can you learn how to play instruments like Aurora? Maybe, right? You don't know. Okay? You haven't found your Olympic sport. All right? So some of that, okay? And some of the things you get competitive on. I think one of you touched on it. If you're not good at something, does it piss you off and you work really hard till you get good at it? You do that, Garrett? Yeah, okay? Not a bad thing to know, okay? If you're driven by competition or whatever to excel, use that, man. If you're struggling with something at work or school or whatever, like, man, I'm going to become awesome at this. Do it. Go for it, okay? Sometimes you got to cut your losses. Sometimes you're like, I'm never going to play this instrument. Okay, put it down, call it good. We're good, okay? All right. Work hard on the things that come easy to you. Okay. Why do some people persevere while most struggle to stay motivated? You may know.
Are you talking about like that focus, that threshold where you're like zoned in?
No, just this is more like pushing through. This could be the NFL example, okay? Why does the Alabama football player not make it? Hannah?
Are you talking about like grit?
Grit, yeah. It could be, right? Yeah?
The level of stress and their ability to cope with that amount of stress.
Yeah, a bunch of factors come in, okay? Good, these are all true. Here's where you guys are at, you're all touching on it, okay? The brain, believe it or not, loves to be challenged. You guys love a challenge, but it's only if it's in the optimal difficulty zone. Who likes video games? Believe it or not, don't take this as Dr. Payne said, go play video games 10 hours a day. Video games feed on this. What are you always trying to do in a video game? Level up. You got to learn to level up. You can't get through the one thing, it's hard, and then you figure it out, and you're like, awesome, and then what happens the next level? You got just something else, right? This is what video games build on. Your brain loves to be challenged, believe it or not, no matter what it is, okay? But it's only if it's something that you're kind of good at, okay? It wants to be pushed just a little bit, all right? If it's in the optimal difficulty zone, okay? This is the Goldilocks rule. Humans experience, anybody know who this confused the other class. Remember Goldilocks? Who's Goldilocks? William?
One who committed trespassing by breaking into the bear's house.
She broke a lot of laws for sure. She should definitely be thrown in jail. Excellent point, yeah. But what was she doing? Yeah, trying out beds, try the food, and looking for everything was just right, okay? Humans experience peak motivation when working on tasks that are right at the edge of their current abilities. Not too hard, not too easy. And we have organic chemistry. Somebody had to take that. How'd it go, Hannah? Okay, good. All right. Who has struggled in a class and then actually pulled out a pretty good grade? Yeah? Okay. Good. That's because you were there. It was hard, but you were working on it, and you got a little bit better. Yes, sir.
I made a good grade because of the prompt curve that I got in class.
Fair enough. Okay, absolutely. Right. Capitalize on the advantages. Okay, but you're looking for something that's right. That's just right. Do you know what the percentage is actually of how much harder it should be for you? 4%. If it's 4% beyond your reach, that's the optimal zone. Okay, this is no different than PT. All right. If you want to be stronger, then go 4% above the weights that you've been doing. All right. If you want to be faster, run 4% faster time or whatever. It's not very much. It's really not. There's a famous Pat Riley, who's a basketball coach. Now I think he's like owner of the Heat or GM or whatever. But he coached for a long time and he won a bunch of championships. He was coaching the Lakers and they had all the talent in the world and they lost, I think, in 1984 in the playoffs. And they were the most talented team in the NBA. And so he started looking at everything, and there's a term he had for it. But he asked all of his players to be 1% better in all of the things they were good at. So if you're the top you're not the top rebounder. If you're the top rebounder, okay, right, I need you to get 1% more rebounds throughout the course of the year. Okay? If you're the top point guard, closer, sure, point guard, I'm with you. I'm right there with you. Have 1% more assists. He challenged him, and it was all facets of life. I want you to be 1% better throughout the course of the year, and then we'll evaluate your numbers. The next year they won the title. They clobbered everybody, okay? And he incentivized them. There was all types of incentives and more pay and stuff like that. For 1%. That's a nominal number, okay? Push yourself to be just a little bit better, and you will get there. Promise you, all right? Difference between the best and everyone else. Okay, do we need genetics, luck, and talent?
Yeah.
To some extent, right? To play in the NFL, probably. To play in the NBA, all right? To be a CEO, okay? We need to get a little lucky sometimes. It's part of that. Is it also because they have an unlimited supply of passion for what they're doing?
No, because even when you're passionate about
It's
something,
not unlimited.
you're gonna not want to do it.
Absolutely. You like lifting, right, Jeffrey? You want to go to the gym every day? No, not every day. I love working out, and I do not want to do it all the time, okay? It's about who can handle the boredom of training every day. Playing in Major League Baseball and playing 162 games in like 6 months is literally the grind of who can survive. It's the same thing day in and day out, okay? I love to lift. I hate doing squats. I hate them. I do them every week. I do them multiple days every week because I know the squats will get me where I want to be with bench. Squats will get me where I want to be with press and deadlift and everything else. Squats are the best thing for me, and I hate them. Okay, but I still do them, right? Because it'll get me where I want to go. Can you handle the monotony of going through it every day? You've been doing it for 3 years. Right? You've been suffering through this, putting up with the core, all that good stuff. Okay, that's a good habit that you've built. Can you hang in there? All right, whatever it is you want to do in life. Machiavelli said this: men desire novelty to such an extent that those who are doing well wish for a change as much as those who are doing badly. What does he mean?
People like new things.
You get bored even at the top. You guys are going to get to a point in your career sometimes, you're going to be like, man, I'm finally where I want to be. And you're going to be like, now what? Okay? Believe it or not, it will happen. Okay? We're always kind of looking for the next thing. Right? Professionals stick to the schedule. Scheduled, nice typo. Amateurs let life get in the way. A buddy of mine is my lifting coach. It's an app. He programs it. I send him videos. He tells me why my squats are terrible, all this good stuff. And it's hard to run and do squats. If you guys you guys are young. You don't understand. One day when you're old, shit hurts. Okay, it's hard to do it. Okay. If I run and try to do squats, it is brutal. It's painful. Okay, so he told me, he's like, okay, well, I want you to just walk 30 minutes a day, a couple times a week. I don't do it. 30-minute walk. Walking. It's so I will grind out in my little home gym for an hour plus, love it, it's dripping sweat, whatever, 30-minute walk. I don't have time. It's bullshit. It's an excuse. I have a treadmill, even when it's hot. I got a dog who likes to go for walks. Okay, that's just on me. 100% on me. I can get up earlier, okay? I can neglect my kids. Easy. Okay? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Here's why I showed you all this. Okay. If you guys are actually enjoying Willpower Instinct book, this is the book we almost chose. Okay. It's a short read. The guy's pretty fascinating. He was actually a former Division I athlete, smaller school. I shouldn't say Division I. But he was a pitcher, had a horrific injury, pulled through it, all this stuff. And what I just showed you was just a tiny glimpse into the book, okay, about building on habits. The things that you guys are working on with Willpower and this thing, Instinct, and stuff I've seen you write about in comments, if you want to keep going, if you want to make this a part of your life, if you want to get to 1% better, whatever it is, I highly recommend this. It's a short read. It's an interesting read. There's good stuff in there. And I would say that this is honestly probably a great follow-up to Willpower Instinct. I think it really complements it. Again, the audio book is, 4.5, 5 hours. Short, okay? 2 things you can never trust Texans on. Who's not from Texas? So, did you guys know each other in Tampa, by the way? Did you know you're both from Tampa? Jacqueline and Hannah? Didn't even know that. Hilarious. I mean, it's not like a small town, but anyway, you're both from Tampa. 2 things you can't trust Texans on. You know what they are? It's not that hot. It's not that far. Okay. Whenever you're driving in Texas, it's a long-ass ways. Get Audible or whatever. There's a free library one that has audiobooks or whatever. Listen in the car and all that good stuff to help you. You might actually enjoy it better if you don't like reading. Okay. But this thing's like 4.5, 5 hours, pretty good and all that stuff. And he talks about a lot of similar things to kind of where you guys are in life, whether it's PT or school or work or all that good stuff. Okay. So if you are interested, that's basically what we did today, right? And I think it's a great next step coming into your senior year or going out in the real world and all that good stuff. Okay. Questions? We learn anything today? You just shrug. You learned Jacqueline's from Tampa.
Yeah, it was actually really cool.
See? Dr. Payne, bringing people together. All right? What did we learn? Josh? I haven't called on you all day. Did you learn anything today?
Yes.
What did you learn?
Can't think of it at the moment.
Just sat there, not talking, trying not to get called on. Anybody learn anything today? Jacob, did we learn anything? What did you learn?
Different kind of like, not rules, but like, mindsets to have.
Yeah.
Certain things that we're doing.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Hannah, did you have your hand up? What did you learn, Garrett?
Find your drive and you'll find your willpower.
Yeah, I think so. But work hard on the things you're already good at. Matthew?
I really liked on the last slide, the professionals stick to the schedule, the amateurs let life get in the way. I'm definitely an amateur at this point.
Yeah, okay, it's all good. Work on it. Cool, we're done a few minutes early. Go be awesome. Have a great week. We'll have a discussion post on the next chapter of the book, so because we're almost done. The 27th is our last day. That Tuesday is our last day.